Hey there, quick review on the Comfort Zone 5,000 watt heater. This is a hardwired heater. It's going to be great for a small workshop or garage. There are a few different models as far as watt output that you can get, and they do change the control panel according to what size heater you get. So this is the 5,000 watt, and with the 5,000 watt, you're going to get an adjustable knob thermostat. Once you jump up to the 7,500 watt and 10,000 watt, you're gonna get a panel with a digital thermostat with a few more features. Now, regardless of what size heater you get, they all have the same mounting bracket. You'll have a knob that attaches to the bottom of the mounting bracket, and you'll have 3 nutsert options so that you can adjust the angle that your heater points. And then to lock it in place, you'll just have a simple bolt knob here that you'll get started and fasten in place, and then that will lock the bracket into position so that it can't move. On the top of the bracket, you have 3 mounting holes, and all of these heaters do come with lag bolts so that you can lag this to the ceiling. The great thing about these electric heaters is that they're very easy to install, much easier than using a propane heater where you need to run a gas line. Electricity is a lot easier to set up a breaker and run a wire. So with this, you'll need to size your breaker appropriately. You'll want to use at least a 30 amp breaker and at least a 10 gauge power cord or higher, depending on what size heater you buy. Here at the base, you've got 2 knockout holes. That's where you'll run your wire through. And then the bottom panel does pop off. I've already removed the screws. This is going to use 220 power, so we'll run our wire through the knockout hole. We've got a ground screw right here, and then just 2 lugs where we'll attach our other 2 wires right here. Very, very simple to hook up. Now keep in mind, you want to match the size heater you purchase to the space that you're going to be using it in and kind of what you want in the heater. The 5,000 watt is the smaller size that's available. If you bump up to the 7,500 watt, you're going to have more features on the panel here. You'll have a digital display, digital temperature selection, as well as a timer. So that's a nice feature, but it does cost more. So you can kind of pick and choose with what you want there. Obviously with the 7,500 watt or 10,000 watt heaters, you're also going to need to upsize the breaker and the wire that you're running to the heater. The 5,000 watt, you're going to be able to get by with a smaller breaker and smaller wire. So this is going to be the most budget-friendly heater to enter into. Here on this 5,000 watt heater, this is what we've got. We've got 3 temperature selections here, 5,000 watt, 3,000 watt, or 4,000 watt. So you can flip this switch between these 3 different options depending on what heat output that you want. You've got a thermostat knob here. Notice the sound as I turn it on. This is very quiet. So the great thing about these electric heaters is all that you're going to hear is the fan, and the fan is extremely quiet. So they're a great option if you want to heat a space and not be making a bunch of noise. If you're going to be in the space where you're using this and you can kind of monitor the thermostat, this is going to be a fine option because most of the time you're probably just going to be turning it all the way up, and then once you're comfortable, you'll just manually go over and turn it off. If you want to have a little bit more automation, again, bump it up to that 7,500 watt model, and you'll have a digital display where you can digitally select your temperature, and then it'll auto shut off at that point. Overall, electric heaters are excellent because they've got a very low upfront cost to get a heater into a space. My suggestion would just be to match the size heater you want with the space you're going to be using it in. And my advice is just to keep in mind what you're getting here with your control panel. If you want more features and better control, bump it up to one of those larger units with the 7,500 watt or 10,000 watt to get that digital display. But match it to what you want. You can't really go wrong. They're good units overall.